Was a year of change, a year of surprise, and one of drama in local sports. The WDRB sports team compiled a list of the top 5 sports stories of the year in our area. Here's John Lewis.
After 4 seasons as head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers basketball team, Archie Miller was fired in March. Under Miller, the Hoosiers never reached an NCAA tournament.
I just can't tell you how excited I am today, how proud I am to announce to all of you and to Hoosier Nation today the next head basketball coach at Indiana University, Mike Woodson. Mike.
Later in March, former Hoosier Mike Woodson was introduced as the new head coach at Indiana. Woodson is the 5th head basketball coach at IU since the Hoosiers fired Bob Knight in 2000.
I've talked to a number of basketball people, mainly NBA people, and they think he is a very, very good coach. He's very committed to Indiana. A friend of mine who's friends with Woodson said he's worked with him on staff, and they'd be heading into the arena for a game, and he'd say, "What's the Indiana score? Did they win today?" And he's been following them even when he's been in the NBA.
It was an exciting April for local soccer fans as Racing Louisville hit the field for the first time at Lynn Family Stadium in the Challenge Cup. Racing fought Orlando to a 2-2 draw. In May, the National Women's Soccer League expansion team recorded its first ever win with a 2-0 victory at home against the Washington Spirit. With 8 games remaining in the season, Racing announced head coach Christy Holly had been fired for cause. The August dismissal came after complaints about a toxic environment and other potential improprieties.
You know, every single girl on this team immediately, without hesitation, was this brings us closer together. You know, I think when you go through hard times with people, you automatically become closer, especially when you carry each other through, and I think this will propel us forward. We will be stronger because of this.
Racing finished its first season with interim head coach Mario Sanchez at the helm. Racing finished with 5 wins, 12 losses, and 7 draws. Kim Jorkegren was hired as head coach in December. Trainer Bob Baffert was all smiles in May after his Kentucky Derby entry. Medina Spirit crossed the finish line first, but soon after, scandal erupted when blood tests found an anti-inflammatory was present in the horse's system, a drug that is not allowed to be present in a horse's bloodstream on race day. Baffert's camp blamed everything from a setup to cancel culture, but later said a skin ointment was to blame.
The intent of the regulation, I'm confident, was to deal with injectable betamethasone, not topical.
Still, Churchill Downs suspended Baffert from entering his horses at Churchill Downs-owned tracks for 2 years. The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission launched an investigation, and Medina Spirit's Derby title was in question. Sadly, Medina Spirit collapsed and died during a workout at Santa Anita in December.
Put it in writing tomorrow. I'll be here at noon. And you tell me how you're paying me, because if it's going to happen or else this is happening.
Over the summer, it was a story that played out like a movie. UofL assistant basketball coach Dino Gaudio recorded secretly by head coach Chris Mack demanding payment after Gaudio was fired. Voicemails released later with Gaudio trying to set up payment.
I'll be in tomorrow at noon. Have Tyra create a contract stating paid through September 30th of 2020. If he doesn't have time to create a contract, have him create a memorandum of understanding stating that 17 months at $25,000 a month or one lump sum of $425,000. If you want to put in here a non-disclosure agreement, so be it. Then on April 30th, we'll release that I'm retiring.
In the end, Gaudio was sentenced to 1-year probation for extortion, and Mack was suspended for 20 days. That included 6 games, because the school said Mack failed to follow guidelines in handling the matter.
Just a lot at once, like, dang. And it's finals week and we finding out then. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
It was a December whirlwind with a twist. Florida State's outgoing athletic director said on a Wednesday he would retire in 2022 or until the school found his replacement. That Friday, UofL athletic director Vince Tyra's name came up as not just a candidate, but a leading contender. It appeared it was all but a done deal for Tyra to go to Tallahassee, but then after closed-door meetings, Tyra had resigned as AD, but he was not going to accept the job at FSU.
I think he'll be seen as a guy who for just 4 years tried to bring stability. Whether he did or not, though, the question may still be open.
And then,
with every successive leader, it is now my mission and my commitment to help Penn State reach even greater heights.
UofL President Neeli Bendapudi was introduced as president at Penn State. 2 moves that shocked the UofL Cardinal community and our #1 story of 2021.